Introduction. Charles Darwin and the other great scientists. Introduction. The term biology was coined by the French evolutionary scientist Jean-Baptiste Lamarck in 1802. The formation of science itself began much earlier. Charles Robert Darwin, naturalist, pioneer of the theory of the origin of life on Earth from a common ancestor by the evolution of each species. Darwin studied at the University of Edinburgh for 2 years. During this time, the future scientist realized that medicine is not his vocation. The student stopped going to lectures and became interested in making stuffed animals. Darwin was not particularly interested in studying at Cambridge. The student's time was spent hunting and reading. There is a new hobby, entomology. After graduating in 1831, Charles Darwin remained at Cambridge for some time. He devoted time to studying his works of William Pauly, natural theology, and Alexander von Humboldt. The journey began in 1831 and ended on October 2, 1836. The crew of Beagle was working on mapping the coast. Darwin was on the beach collecting items for the natural history and the geology collection. The study of the stepped plain of Patagonia, which reveals the unseen strata of the Earth, led Darwin to conclude that the statements in Lily's work on the primates and the extinction of space were incorrect. After returning from the trip, Darwin began collecting evidence for his theory of space change. Living in a deeply religious environment, the scientists realized that his theory undermines the accepted dogmas of existing world order. There is a photo. Interesting fact, Charles Darwin was born on the same day as Abraham Lincoln. In the photo, Darwin looks like Lev Tolstoy. The origin of space became so called only by the six researchers. Charles Darwin died at the age of 73 on April. Antonia van Leeuwenhoek was born on 24 October 1623 in the Dutch city of Delft to Antonius van Leeuwenhoek and Margaret Bell van der Birch. Leeuwenhoek spent his entire life improving his microscope. He changed lenses, invented some devices, and varied the conditions of experience. After his days, 273 microscopes and 172 lenses were counted in the study. Is not now sure whether anyone interfered with living books activities, but one day he accidentally wrote, "All my efforts are directed to one goal only, to make the others views and apply the little talent I have received to distort people from old and superstitious prejudices." George John Mendel. Mendel worked in a time. Mendel was born in Jensdorf, Silesia on July 22. Mendel worked. Mendel worked in a tiny monastery garden, less than 2.5 acres. Each seed he examined with a magnifying glass, comparing their shape and making notes. With Mendel's experiments began another countdown, the main distinguishing feature of which was gain introduced. Neither was Mendel. It was too early for the great explorer to report his findings to the scientific world. The latter was not ready for this yet. Only after rediscovering Mendel's laws, the world was struck by beauty of the logic of the Richard's experiment and the elegant accuracy of his calculations. Jean-Baptiste Monnet Cavalier de Lamarck was born on August 1, 1744 in France, in a small town. He was the 11th child in an impoverished aristocratic family. His parents wanted to make him a priest and sent him to a Jesuit school, but after the death of his father, the 16-year-old Lamarck left school and joined the active army as a volunteer in 1761. The essence of Lamarck's theory is that animals and plants were not always as we see them now. In times long past, they were arranged differently and much simpler than now. Life on Earth rose naturally in the form of very simple organisms. Carl Linnaeus, the famous Swedish naturalist, was born in Sweden in the village of Rosguld on May 13th. He was of low birth. His ancestors were simple peasants. His father. After graduating from high school, Carl goes to Lund University, but son goes from there to one of the most prestigious universities in Sweden, Uppsala. Works of Linnaeus have given a huge boost of systematic botany and zoology. The developed terminology and the convenient nomenclature made it easier to keep with a high amount of material that had previously been so difficult to understand. Alexander Fleming, a Swedish bacteriologist, was born on 6 August 1881 in Ayrshire, the son of Hugh Fleming, a farmer, and his second wife, Grace Fleming. He was the seventh child of his father and the third of his mother. When the boy was 7 years old, his father died and his mother had a managed. Alexander studied Surgery and after passing the examinations became a member of the Royal College of Surgeons in 1906. One of Fleming's colleagues, Freeman, recalled him, "We were all very attached to Flem." In Fleming accidentally discovered lysosomes and an enzyme that kills creatine bacteria and does not harm healthy tissues. Another distinction made Fleming very happy. He was awarded the title of honorary Kitten of Derwell, a small Scottish town where he went to school. Conclusion. In conclusion, I want to say that biology is not just research, it's the whole structure of life. Everything in this world is related to biology. Although the concept of biology as a special natural science originated in the 9th century, so after many generations, the interspace accrues useful features. But
Oldu mu?
yeah.